We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Xavier Watts, Notre Dame safety, number 0, listed at about 6 foot, 200 pounds. This guy is one of the smartest players in this class. His football intelligence is just off the charts. Big time playmaker, ball hawk on the back end. That's where you want to see him play. He is a back end safety that can make plays, from middle field. Also, just being like a split field safety, he can get down, be involved versus the run. Lots of things to like about his game, and he's just a turnover machine. This feels like he's got to be a leader for a lot of teams, but it's really his football intelligence. Like this situation, I feel very comfortable with him in split field safeties. The offense here, they're in a 3-by-1, so he's to the single receiver side, and he understands like the situation. And this is like what you want to see. Like they're running a mirrored coverage, so I trust him. I love his flat foot reads, but look at the other safety. The other safety gains more depth in his backpedaling. Watts, look at him. He takes like one step, and he's already sticking that foot in the ground. He's sticking the foot in the ground to break on this already. He knows he has this guy's help underneath to the outside leverage, so he's ready to break on this to the inside. He's anticipating this the whole way. Amazing anticipation. Love the flat foot read, which I think is good for him because I think sometimes in his backpedal, he can be a little stiff. He's not the most fluid, great athlete, but he just makes up for it with these types of plays with his intelligence. And he reads this the whole way. The difference between him and this safety is insane because he's just like already breaking on this. This quarterback hasn't given any indicators, and he's seeing that, cuts it off, makes a big time interception over the middle of the field. These are the types of plays that are just scattered all over his film. And he's got good, like, I think that short area burst. I think he's a pretty good, like, solid linear athlete, and then makes that kind of play. Not going to be too much of a man-to-man guy, I would say, but there are some reps of him going out there playing man. Here, single high. Notre Dame's playing cover 1 rat. Watts cheating to the side of the field with the 3 receivers. Reads the QB's eyes and, body language. He's open up this way. He's already taken off to get out there. Doesn't allow this to get over the top. Makes a play at the catch point to knock that ball out. So showing off some range, and I think he has solid play speed because a lot of, like, play speed has to do with, like, obviously there's athleticism and your straight speed, but then there's that intelligence factor, instincts that plays into also being faster on the field just because you get there quicker because of how quickly you recognize the play. And his recognition skills are amazing. And, you see the first play where, he's split field safety and he's playing flat foot. You get there and then single high, making a play over the top to the sideline, very, very impressive. And then there's plays versus the run where, like, he kind of can work through trash pretty well. And he makes plays. I've seen him make plays versus the run where, like, he's the last defender. He's making plays from depth. He kind of sneaks down here. He's staying patient, feels the flow of this play. And look at him, like, just anticipating this cutback here the whole way. He can feel the flow. He can just feel how things are breaking up. And he's just fitting into this. Gets over the top. Sees that, this quarterback's going to pull this. He's just reading the mesh point. He's already seeing that this can happen. And he just, boom, comes downhill. Phil, help make that, take a perfect angle to the point of attack. Just really, really good work there from Watts. Here, he's in, like, a man-to-man situation. But there's, like, interesting wrinkle going on. It looks like it might just be a swing pass with a lead blocker, but he's man-to-man on this guy. This linebacker's man-to-man on the running back, and he's sort of like playing over the top. He's just does a really good job of just play recognition skills, because sometimes they see this, and they see the quarterback look to the side. They might just shoot down and try to, get on this guy pretty quickly, and then this receiver might work past him by selling the block. But he stays over the top, plays with really good leverage and positioning, sees that he has upfield leverage shoulder, knows the quarterback will probably try to throw back shoulder based on his positioning. He turns towards the receiver and then locates the ball, goes up, attacks it, gets the interception. Really good play on the ball. Love those type of work from Xavier Watts. Notre Dame goes cover 1, heavy blitz. Watts is the middle of the field safety. He's just reading the QB the whole time. Knows he's going to get pressured, so, like, his eyes, wherever he goes, that's probably where the ball's going to end up. You can even see, like, he looks kind of uncomfortable in his transition here. Like, he doesn't look super smooth. He takes some false steps. He even loses his balance a little bit there, and he still gets there to make a play, gets the interception, and then now he turns into a threat, and he ends up, returning that for a touchdown. So even, like, sometimes, like, he can, mess up his footwork, take false steps from just, like, lacking some athleticism, but he's still able to make a play because he puts himself in the right spot. And he's also just one of those guys that, like, the ball, even when he's, like, not making, like, a super, like, crazy play, he's just always in a spot where, like, the ball will just bounce to him in certain spots too. Another just really good recognition they're trying to, pick up this short yardage. He sees the motion. He, rocks down, and he goes out there, takes a good angle, make that play on the edge. It's just a lot of good work. He ends up getting man-to-man on Travion Henderson, the running back. They try to hit the wheel over the top. He's in a good spot to make a play. They both almost come down with the ball. He knocks it out. Neither of them do, but he does his job. He does a good job of staying square. I think there's certain things he can match up with. Like, I don't think you're ever going to try to put him on a receiver. But I think against, like, running backs and, like, certain tight ends, he can play some match coverage. But really, he's, like, a guy you want to have on the back end. And he can still make plays versus the run. I think he does a good job, avoiding some blocks. Like here, tight end tries to work out in space. And this is Jackson Hawes, dude. Jackson Hawes is one of the better, I would say the best blocking tight end in the class. And he's able to, just read this. He's ready to get outside leverage, just thinking the quarterback is going to get there. But the quarterback makes a cutback. He reads it, then slips under the block. Knows that he's capable of doing that now, and then helps make a tackle near the line of scrimmage. Just good work from him. He shoots downhill. He reads motions, understands situations. He's just got good football intelligence. Like here, he sees the motion, Jeremiah Smith. There's no running back in the backfield. He sees that there's 3 receivers this side already. That in most of these situations, that this ball will probably be handed off. Like there's a decent chance they just like either snap it to it. He snapped it to him, but they think he's going to get the ball. He's already cheating downhill, so these guys don't have a chance to actually block him, and he makes that tackle because that play was already on the film. They've ran it multiple times. A variation of that play where they get Jeremiah Smith that ball in the flat, and Watts just gets downhill, beats the block, and it's just the recognition skills, which are absolutely insane. Here, just being in the right spot at the right time, leverage, matching this across, ball's thrown a little bit, he's able to cut it off and now get another interception. He is a ball hawk, has good ball skills, has a nose for this type of thing. I was saying sometimes the ball just bounces to him, but like he looks comfortable on the back end, like he's reading this. He sees the QB. He cheats to the 3 receiver side. QB looks over here. Once he sees the QB's eye snap back, he's already ready to get back over the spot. He gets himself like he's not there right away. Like he's not expected to make a play on this. The guy bobbles the ball. Boom, come away with it. Get the interception. Just in the right place at the right time. It just seems like he's that type of player. Sometimes it's nice to be a little bit lucky as well. But I think he's a very comfortable. I really like him. I like him even more in split field safety. Like here, they're running quarters. I think he's a very comfortable quarters safety. Quarters, cover 2, deep half this split field looks. I think middle field he looks comfortable as well, but like he does a really good job just like playing leverage. He sees this. He's kind of just like reading the number 2, seeing what number 2 is doing. Number 2 breaks the inside, like he's responsible for that. He has the leverage. He's anticipating it. You can already see him ready to break because he's reading through the receiver to the QB. The QB looks like he's ready to unload. And he takes a good angle to the point of attack, plays through the hands to knock that ball out. He's just got some exceptional plays like that. And there's also just like plays like this, like, USC kind of runs the RPO, and they're just trying to hit the quick flat on the, the opposite angle here, get this down, and he just takes a great angle from deep because they're kind of rock and rolling their safeties with the motion, and he's rolling down. Look at him just get down there and make a play on this, close that gap so quickly. Because he knows, he just understands situations. Like he sees this, he knows like these 2 can be responsible for those actions, and he can fly downhill and make a play on that. They're kind of taking up from a block, so he knows he has that full reign to just get down there and just take advantage of that situation. Watts doing a very, very good job again and again, getting out there. I've seen him make so many plays in the backfield, which is insane. Because here he's the last guy. He's got about 9 yards depth, so not super crazy deep, but he's still the last defender, and they're running a speed option, and he just gets downhill, takes a good angle, has some sideline to sideline range. As I'm saying, I think he's a good linear athlete. Here we get Watts on the back end, just right place, right time. He's just reading the QB, staying over the top. Guy tries to throw it over the top, boom, gets the pick. Watts, interception. Again, he has so many interceptions throughout his career. I feel like, I don't know, to me, Watts is it's going to be like a round 2 steal. Just because, I think some teams might, they're going to take some of the more athletic safeties over him. He could go like late round 1. I think you're still getting a good player. But he matches stuff. Like sees what's going on here, keeping that hard inside leverage. Receiver breaks on it, sees the QB floating away from him, so he's not going to be in a spot, and he's able to just be in the right position to limit that gain. Just really, really good work from Watts across the board. You see him matched up undercutting the play. You get to see him in some man versus tight end. See, not the most explosive tight end. He can, stay in phase. He's got the anticipation. I wouldn't say he has the great athleticism to match everyone, but he's got the anticipation skills and so his instincts in man to make those types of plays so he gets that interception. It's just all over the film with Watts. And look at this play, this broken play where they're, trying to get this late reverse. I don't know what they're doing. Watts, deep defender over here, kind of sees what's going on, recognize it, and then boom, close down, take a good angle. You don't need to, overcommit anything because if you miss a tackle too early, then they can make a play out of it. You just kind of slow it down so that other people can rally. Just really smart work. Like here, he recognizes this the whole way. Look at this anticipation. Because they're trying to flow the backfield this way to the left. But you got to read your keys. Watts is reading. You can tell Watts' eyes are on these O-linemen. You can tell he's peeking at this guy. Once he sees these offensive linemen on this side of the line work to the right, he knows where the ball is going. He anticipates this. He closes down. Read your keys. Understand the situation. He's going down way before this guy even has the ball. Now he's getting there and makes a tackle in the backfield. From this alignment, too. He's got a pretty deep alignment. That's just insane recognition. This guy clearly understands the game of football at a very high mental level. And, I'm always going to love a player like that. So, really, really enjoy Xavier Watts. Peace.